Yeah, Plug Talk is the best. Only podcast where the host smash the guest. Yeah, Plug Talk is the best. Only podcast where the host smash the guest. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Plug Talk. I'm Adam22 here with my lovely fiance, Lena the Plug. And today we're joined by somebody, and I think that this is something that, doesn't always happen. I think everybody that we interview, we're attracted to them, but I feel like this is one that me and you both agreed that we thought was super hot before we got going.
Smoking hot, yeah.
Smoking hot. Savannah Bond is in the building.
Savannah Bond, as Adam likes to say.
Yeah.
That's kind of a joke I've been making for the past
feeling's
few days.
mutual, guys. It was a pleasure.
You think we're hot?
Yeah, I've been watching you guys since you kind of started. I probably watched your YouTube channel 3 years ago in Australia.
Wow.
So
I've
true
been
story,
following the journey.
I followed her maybe 8 months ago, and she never followed me back on Twitter. And I was like, but I love her. Why would she follow me back?
You know,
I know, but I was like, she probably doesn't like me. It's okay.
Oh no, I like you.
But did you just really didn't notice when she followed you? Because that's one thing I think that is kind of crazy, is that we think that everybody else is going to notice the same things that we notice. You follow somebody, you think they're going to notice, even though people follow me all the time that I don't notice.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's like on Instagram, you never see who follows you.
Exactly, yeah. But I was
Same
like, oh,
stuff.
she probably doesn't like me. And then
why would you think that?
I don't know. Sometimes people don't like people. I don't know.
No, and then I spoke to Sean about you, and then he was like, oh.
And then I was driving home after he talked to me, and you followed me back on Twitter. I was like, yes.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Perhaps it'll happen.
We'll finally get this episode we were dreaming of.
We got it.
I've been dreaming of these.
Okay, we'll get to those. Savannah Bond. Yeah. Savannah Bond. Tell me a little bit about where you're coming from. Australia, I understand it is?
Yes. Yep. So I moved over from Australia about 7 months ago,
wow.
And I've been here ever since.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your upbringing out there.
So I had a pretty good upbringing.
Where exactly?
Nothing bad happened. I grew up in Melbourne, Australia. I have an older brother, mom and dad, and yeah, just a pretty regular upbringing. There was nothing crazy that stands out.
Were you particularly at a young age, or when you look back at your childhood, does anything stand out to you that would sort of determine where you ended up?
Actually, I went to a Catholic school, and I lost my virginity
Wow.
So I would say I felt, but I wasn't having sex.
Interesting.
And then when I lost my virginity, I kind of let loose.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
so in
made
the
up for
Catholic,
lost time.
in the Catholic school, I mean, it was just girls, I'm assuming?
No, girls and guys.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, but were people hooking up, or does it go down?
Yes, sort of. But the high school was 2 hours away from where I lived. It took forever to get there.
You had to travel 2 hours every day?
It was an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that sounds pretty
But
shitty.
the whole process before, I guess it takes 3 hours in total by the time you get off.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
oh my God.
I just left school as soon as I could.
I would have been like, Mom, Dad, it's time to move or go to a different school.
Yeah. Well, everything worked out well. I'm doing what I want to be doing. So maybe it happened for a reason.
Facts. So, okay, you lose your virginity. Was that a eye-opening experience that you've been dreaming about what might be like for years before that?
Yeah, I guess you could say I was. I never really thought about that, but I definitely was wanting to have sex, but I never had the opportunity to.
Really?
So when I did, I loved it, and I was with my boyfriend.
Oh.
And yeah, he was really good. He was super hot. I was like,
did it last? Were you guys together for a while after that?
Only 3 months. He was 24, I was 18, so it was kind of fizzled out.
Okay, 3 months for that one, but then after that, had the valves opened up, and were you now all of a sudden in the game?
Yeah, I was a little bit of a slut, I would say.
Really?
I would go out and guys. I like to take them home and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were sort of living that wild child part of your life at that point, or what?
Yeah, from 18 to, I would say 24.
Okay.
I was going out a lot.
And
just having a good time? No boyfriends?
Yeah, I was engaged
Oh.
for 5 years in Australia. But we separated because I moved over here, and like on a visa and stuff, so he couldn't come.
Oh, why? He's a criminal. He couldn't.
No. He's actually in the army. He could come, but there's like weird regulations where he can come over, but he can't work. So he's on my visa, and then also we have to be married. We have to get married.
Right. Wow.
So I've only been here for 7 months, and
so you guys aren't together still? Or...
well, not really. Like, no, I would say.
Okay. I feel like there's more story to this that I want to know,
deep.
but like,
it's deep. We were together for 5 years. We're engaged. It was like,
is he cool with the stuff or?
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
okay.
He does that in Australia too. Like,
oh, okay, cool.
So he's hot.
He's hot.
I mean, if he's a guy, he's probably hot. I feel like I'm the only one who's beat out here.
He looks like you.
Yeah.
He probably looks better than me if he's making money.
You're making money on.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm an exception to the rule.
People want to see that ass, baby. Don't downplay it.
Some weirdos out there.
We tried to take it today, but
you tried to take a picture of it?
No, like take your virginity.
Oh, my butthole, right? Yeah, they did try that. And if you guys stick around till the end, you can maybe we'll do that, right?
What if
we turn the tables? What if it was like, hey, surprise? I fucking needed it.
I would love that.
Yeah, you would. Okay, wait. So, what was the decision like to get into? Or were you doing anything before that?
Yeah, I was a stripper for 3 years, and then I was like reading books. Like I read Asa Akira's book. I was like watching like podcasts, and I wanted to stay in the industry but make a career out of it. Whereas with stripping, you definitely you can't do that forever.
Right. What was stripping like in Australia?
It's good. I mean, I've never been to the strip clubs here, but I believe they're kind of cooler in Australia.
You think so? We went to a shitty one in Australia that one time.
Oh, well, there's going to be good and bad.
Okay, yeah. I forget where we were exactly.
We went to the bad one for
we
sure.
did not go to the
where
good one. I want to say we were in Melbourne.
Really?
I don't know. I don't remember. I have to go back in my emails and figure out what city we stayed in. But
I don't think we went there. I think we went to Brisbane and Sydney.
And Perth. Anyways, It wasn't fun, but maybe one day when we're going back, we'll have you recommend the clubs because I do want to have a really good Australian strip club experience.
Huge like strip clubs scene.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can get butt naked in there, or are there rules about that?
Yeah, you can definitely get completely naked.
Oh wow! Yeah. And is there shady business going on behind the scenes? Are people hooking up?
I would say in some of the clubs, yes, but maybe not so much anymore. I feel like they kind of cracked down on it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, describe how you felt after your first night stripping or your first time doing it. Were you nervous? Like, what was it like?
I was so nervous. I was like dying. I was like, oh my God, what the f? But then I just had a drink and it all kind of came naturally. And then, yeah, it was cool ever. Like, it was like the first time, just took the edge off and I was good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
All that money turn you on?
I wouldn't say money turns me on, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. I did like lots of regular jobs. So to be able to go from that to stripping was like, it was cool.
Would you say you were motivated by the money in stripping, or would you say that you saw it as like a way to, sort of have experiences or be liberated in that way?
I would say 50-50. Because the money is good. You don't have to work like 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. I would just work like twice a week and then chill.
Nice.
Wow, twice a week sounds nice.
Yeah, I don't want to work like every night. Some girls do that, but it's too harsh on your body, like your knees and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's really
so
physical.
You're stripping 2 days a week. What are you doing the other days? Like, what kind of stuff are you into?
I would do like, yeah, I'd be sitting on all day, not all day, but some of the day, just like go to the gym, have a regular life, go to the beach,
nice,
hang out with my partner.
That's what's up. Did you okay, so when did you decide you wanted to actually start making the content? That's got to be kind of hard out there because there's not that many people to shoot with, I would think.
Yeah, so on Instagram I reached out to Jules Jordan. You guys probably know him. And I said I'd like to, I think I knew I wanted to make or something. He was like, yeah, like fly over and we can shoot something. And then we did, and that's how it started. I just flew over and shot my.
Oh, you just stayed. You didn't ever go back.
No, I went back.
That time you went back. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you already like kind of popping on Instagram just for being a hot chick?
I wouldn't say so, really. No.
Because okay, from my perspective, I've gotten a lot of DMs from a lot of girls basically saying I want to get into.
Yeah.
vast majority of them I've never responded to. Jules Jordan, I would think might even have higher standards than me because he probably gets even more DMs like that. For him to be like, come here and let's shoot, that does kind of say a lot. I don't know what you thought of it, but I would assume that he probably only says, let's do it to some pretty hot chicks.
Yeah, I've never thought about that, but yeah, I'd say you'd want to be selective if someone's flying over from another country, for sure.
You got to think they're pretty hot.
Yeah.
How long have your boobs? How long have your boobs been that big?
Yeah, they're so good.
I just woke up and they were like this. No, they were naturally a double D. Wow. And then about 5 years ago, I decided to get them done, which sometimes I regret because natural is so popular, and whereas in Australia, it's like everyone has like fake.
Oh, really?
I feel like they love surgery there, but
more than here.
There's no way that people in Australia, on average, have had more plastic surgery than LA.
Yeah.
LA is the capital of people getting work done, don't you
Hollywood,
think?
Yeah, but like in it's like naturally
not Bakersfield.
Category.
Yeah.
I do feel like there are like a lot. If you look at like the top 50 on something, like a lot of the girls are natural, but there's also some super popular girls with a lot of surgery. And do you think that you would be more popular if you had natural boobs?
Probably not now because I'm older. I think like that's the whole look, like mature. But like with Spiegler, if like Mark, like he's disappointed if the girl's boobs are fake, or if a girl gets a boob job, he's like, no, like.
Really? Wow. And he's the sensei, man. He knows everything.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Because to me, I look at your boobs and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can kind of tell they're fake, but they look like really good fake ones. So it's like
I couldn't tell. I have to send her a message. Maybe I just have really bad boob dar, but I was like,
well, that's good. That's a good thing, I guess. They did
because they just fall in such a way. But also, I don't know. They're just perfect. I'm obsessed with them. I can't look at them right now because I'm getting embarrassed.
She was them
so
earlier,
obsessed
man.
with them.
I really like them too, to be honest.
Oh, they're great.
Cat's out of the bag. Lennon was her boobs earlier. She might do some more of it later, but I was
I feel really
that.
hot and like embarrassed right now. I'm blushed because I just have a crush on her and her boobs.
Really? That's how you're feeling?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're so good. And I think it's your sexy, sultry voice that you have over here with your Australian accent.
So, okay, you go to shoot this scene with Jules Jordan and his team or whatever. Like, how was it? How much content did you shoot? What was it like?
It was like, it met my expectations completely. I was actually like, wow, this is so good. It was so easy. It came so naturally. And I was like, this is what I'm meant to be doing.
Wow.
And then I was like, this is serious. And then I was like, yep, I'm going to do. And I love it.
Did you wait till your scene came out and you saw like how it did, or did you just come over?
No, I shot. I just kept shooting.
Did you guys, when you came out here that one time, did you just shoot one scene, or did you shoot like a bunch of stuff?
No, there was a few. He shot my first few. It was probably about 10. I probably did 10 scenes.
Oh wow!
And how long a period of time?
2 months.
Oh, so they're pretty spread out. But you felt good in that? Like, was it any different than like, just having sex with a regular guy?
Well, the thing is that, it was for Jules Jordan and then it was with Manuel Ferrara. So it was like I had like the best of the best. Mm-hmm. So that really helped. It wasn't like some sketchy.
Yeah.
Whereas that could have changed my whole outlook. So I was lucky.
Right. And I mean, let's be real. Like, you're fucking top professional male stars. Compare that to the average that you were getting in your life, just going to clubs and meeting random guys. Like, how much more intense and enjoyable was it?
There's like 5 guys where it's like, you're like, holy shit, they're really good. It's true.
Only 5 guys that are really good.
No, well, there's a small amount of like top guys in the industry that have stuck around for like the last 10 years plus for a reason. There's guys that come and go because they're not very good or whatever. But I would say, being in a relationship is good. I feel like this can get better and better with that because you know each other's body.
Yeah.
So when I had that in Australia, like that was great. Like I never felt like I would go home to him and be like, oh, it's not as good as that guy that me today.
Really? That's almost kind of a surprise though, because we're talking about dudes with like, massive 12-inch vein. So that just, it seems like it's got to be a lot better than a regular at a certain point.
But it's not all that size, right?
No, like you have a great. That's like, I feel like as long as you know how to use it, it's like thick, decent size. I don't want like a 12-inch fucking me every day.
Yeah.
That's not.
Really?
Oh, that sounds painful.
That's too extreme.
Sounds so painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had homies who said their too big in my life.
Really?
Yeah, like I had
Like hits your cervix. Like
Yeah.
like I had a friend who like had a really hard time losing his virginity because he like couldn't really like get his in girls, and like it would be almost like a surgical procedure. He would describe it as, because he would be like hurting the girl so bad the first time they did it.
And
Yeah.
when you're young, you don't really know about lube. I think when I lost my virginity, I was like, oh my God, that was the most overrated thing I've ever done. Why do people do that? Because I didn't know about like lube and shit.
yeah, lube,
you know,
and just
like and like getting,
literally
wet
getting wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your first time having sex, if it doesn't go well, you could be forgiven for thinking that that's what all sex is like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad. Okay, so your guy that you were with at the time, though, he didn't have any concerns about you going and having sex with all these 12-inch or what?
No. I think like without him, I probably wouldn't have done it because I felt like I needed like the support, because I was like, like, there's a lot of girls in the industry, they find it hard to meet guys, like people won't accept it. It gets brutal, really. They're like, you have to all these guys. But I did want him to be like active in the industry somehow as well. So him having only and working with other girls.
So once you got into it, he was just right behind you, like he just signed right up and got on it?
It's definitely a one-of-a-kind type of thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
sounds like. Is he so proud of your success? Because obviously, like, you've taken off a lot.
Yeah. We talk. We're like good friends.
Wait, but so you'd be sending him to other girls while you were off at work? Like you would just let him go do his own content with chicks too?
Yeah, that's fine.
I totally thought you were gonna say no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, it just gets to a point where I feel like you have that trust, and like
Yeah.
I feel like the more like girls he even, I'd just be like more comfortable, because it's like I know that emotional barrier is like there with us, so it's like he's just them, it's just sex, like that's what people do.
I get that.
There was never a time though where just somehow it seemed a little too intimate and it started to bother you? It never really got like that?
Yeah, there would definitely be times where we'd be jealous. I think that's natural.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't think of anything in particular, but it's more of like if I felt like emotionally threatened or like not good enough, or if I was feeling insecure about something,
Right.
which happens sometimes, and then his would be the same.
I feel it. So, okay, you start making all this money, start doing and everything. How's that changed your life? Like, do you just feel like vastly more comfortable and happy?
Yeah, definitely. Like to be able to, like, I bought a house in Australia. Like I never thought that I'd be able to have that working a regular job, which I wouldn't have been able to, with just the average wage. And being able to be independent. I feel like it's freeing. It's changed up for the best.
How do you feel stars are viewed in Australia as opposed to what you
Definitely
can tell
more
here?
taboo, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Because it's actually illegal in Australia to film in most states.
So not in the whole of the country, but in certain states, in certain areas, it's not allowed?
Yeah. Obviously, so many people shoot.
Yeah.
They don't. It's like
It doesn't
it's
apply
a
to them.
law, but they don't crack down on it. If that
Okay.
makes sense. It's like in Nevada, I think is illegal, but they still shoot it there.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I have to
Like
go read
this-
about all this.
Yeah, there's so many different laws.
But even doing in your own home is considered part of that.
I couldn't tell you like the full logistics of it,
Yeah.
but it's like
God, I just always thought the Australians were
and
so
then
much more
escorting
open-minded
is
than that.
completely legal in Australia.
It is.
Yeah.
Is it like
So weird.
run by the government in any way? You're not allowed to like just create your own bordello all willy-nilly, are
Yeah,
you?
I think you have to have like
A license, probably.
yeah,
and,
all
like,
that type of stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Whereas here, I think it's mostly
That seems so twisted.
it's all different. Yeah.
Okay, so your guy that you were with for a long time, and would you guys ever hook up with other girls together? That kind of stuff?
Yeah. So when I was stripping, that's when we would have like after the strip club, and then we were like, this is really fun. And that's when I felt like comfortable with it. It made us like want to have sex with each other more, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a normal experience. I feel like we had that too.
Oh yeah.
Every time we have I feel like we have more of a streak afterwards. We like
yeah.
Yeah.
A good will make us a whole bunch more times off the inspiration from the for sure.
It's like a very good bonding experience. Do you
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah, I
that?
think that's because it's like human nature in a way. Like it's nice to be with one person forever, but like to have with the same person forever is almost sometimes not realistic, I think.
It's fun to switch it up
Yeah.
if you and your partner feel up for it. Because I do sometimes feel like we kind of like talk about things like everybody should be doing
The
it. And
idea of it, and then
I don't
like,
think some people could handle it. I think it
Exactly,
would
yeah.
explode and ruin so many relationships.
if you're not like super confident and sort of ready for what it might be like, not to mention like, you know,
yeah.
us being around stars and stuff, we are around so many girls that get it. They get that they're gonna show up and then they get to leave at some point, and it's like if you're dealing with like random ass people who work at the mall and shit,
They're
like I
like,
just
"Wait,
the
what?"
likelihood of them
Yeah.
being that sophisticated mentally, not that sophisticated might be a weird word, but you know, like the likelihood that they're gonna be able to like do it
They're
and
not
be chill about it, I don't
They're
know.
underexposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different world, and then you get so used to it, and then you just start talking like me, and it's
Yeah, and you just assume that it's totally normal.
Or like we interviewed Adriana Chechik. If you haven't seen that episode, that was our first one. Go check it out. But you know, she was talking about how she would meet a guy. He's come over. She shows up at the door in like crazy lingerie, like toys on the table and shit. And like he goes in the bathroom and he's like, "I gotta go," which is crazy to me because to me
Yeah.
that sounds like you just hit the lottery. You met a super hot star
Too
and
much
she's
for some people.
and she wants to
The
you right
lottery.
away. Like to me, that's like you hit the lottery. And to him, he was like he couldn't handle it, which I guess is kind of not that surprising. A lot of guys probably would be
yeah,
like that.
no, they wouldn't.
Yeah. Like we've talked about this recently. Like a lot of guys just don't even want their girlfriends kissing or another
Yeah.
girl, you know? And to me, I think that's like so not a big deal, obviously.
Let her live.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let her smooch some girls, man.
Yeah. It's
So- So what are your turn-ons?
There's so many things, but I like girls definitely. I like I like I love all the stuff that I do in I think it's just cool. Like I think it visually looks really cool.
Yeah, I feel like you do so much. Every time I see you on Twitter, there's like a new scene that you're promoting. I'm like, damn, she gets it in.
Yeah.
Well, once you kind of like start doing, they're gonna book you for it a lot, especially if they know you can do it.
Yeah. If there's like a star that I'm scoping on, once you see that she does, it's like, why the are you gonna click on the vaginal?
I don't know. That's
Yeah, they do. Like, and then if you do like a scene, they'll be like, "Wait, why isn't she doing what the?"
I keep hearing this from girls.
Oh
Their
my
fans are just
God.
like, wait, what? I
Really?
thought she only takes it
That's
in.
funny.
It's starting to make me be like, actually, I just want to be in the like,
Yeah.
Really? Because there's such an
It's
expectation
so
of you?
yeah, and I'm like, oh god. And then most guys in I think like they really do prefer not. They get sick of doing it because it's so hard to open up to the camera, and it's
Oh.
just yeah.
That's interesting.
That makes sense. I haven't really thought about that.
We haven't shot much with like a real filmer. We did one in the
Just
backyard.
one time, literally only
Yeah.
one time.
We're
that
we're
Riley?
still waiting
Yeah.
for the plug talk
Scene,
V-guard
yeah.
because we haven't.
But I did
done
almost
it.
suggest it to you because I see you always do on my timeline. So I was like, maybe I'll ask her if she wants to do. But it's funny because I asked Emily Willis this like maybe 2 years. She's like, is it okay if we don't do? And I was like, oh my god, this poor girl. Like she does so much. She just wants like a
It's just
day
the
off
preparation, yeah.
and just like your needs a rest.
Sometimes I feel like I can last longer in a though.
Yeah, because it's like tied around the outside, but once you go in, it's just
Boom.
She knows.
I
Yeah.
never meet people who get that. Like yes, the ass is really tight, but it's a tight rim,
Entrance,
and then once
yeah.
you get in there, it's kind of open. And some girls, honestly, their vagina is kind of like that too. That's one thing, and I think it's probably the reason why we've been together this long. Your is
It's like a
is-
glove.
It's like a pile
Well, I
of,
hope
of
it never gets loose
goo
one
in there.
day.
It's just no, but it's like a shaped thing where it's like instead of being open, it's like a wall. It's like the walls are close together, so it's like it always feels so good. And sometimes
I'm offended by my
It's
want
in
to-
her head.
I
She
want to
has
make
the
wire.
anatomy that's built for you.
for you. Yeah.
definitely found a good partner.
It's a thing, I swear. Like some of them just match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a guy with the biggest in the world and a girl with a tiny or a girl with a huge and a guy with a tiny. I mean-
I know. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh,
I
Are you
think that's
kidding?
actually a thing.
oh yeah. I mean, I remember a girl
I guess I
that
don't
I
know it.
kind of saw back in the
You work with
day.
girls all the time. What do you mean?
She used to come over to my house. Yeah, but you're not really concerned with like the tightness.
I don't feel like I girls that much.
Yeah.
And even just you're not gonna necessarily know how good your gonna feel in there, maybe, I would say.
I wish I had it once.
But okay,
Yeah.
I used to have this girl back in the day. I met her at the bar. I'm like 21. She lived in the Bronx. She used to come down and visit me all the time. And I think maybe like the 4th or 5th time that she visited me, I realized like, this is a that's not gonna make me, which is not usual for me. Like it actually like just occurred to me. I hadn't had with that many girls. I'm only 21. I'm like, this like a really, really bad fit for my.
So did you just stop and just off at the end, or what?
Just left.
I don't even honestly remember. I might have her face. I might have done something, but like I had to stop kicking it with her because I was fundamentally like not enjoying having.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Imagine being that girl. That's sad.
I know.
Well, I didn't let her in on it.
You didn't tell her.
No,
That's,
you
that's
wouldn't.
good.
That would be heartbreaking.
Just sort
Yeah,
of-
that's really sad.
Just sort of stopped responding.
Just so you know, you have a huge.
But there's this website Blacked, and a lot of the dudes on there have really big. I think they'd be a great fit for you.
you. Oh my god.
I should have thought of that. What was the first time you did it? Like, did you always just feel like it was pretty easy for you?
No.
Oh.
It took like probably like a year of my partner like trying to help me do it. He really liked it, so yeah, he helped me like
get
it. I would
comfortable
say
with it, yeah.
Lots of practice.
So you would just book like a session, like he's like a chiropractor, right? Like
No,
we're gonna
you'd
work on your
always-
for a half hour at 7 p.m. See you at the house.
It'd always be spontaneous. Or like if
That's
I was
good.
like drunk or something, I'd be like, yeah, you can my ass type of
Just
thing.
like more relaxed and yeah.
Did you like it more if you were drunk?
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of
At
loosens
the
you up a little
time.
bit.
Yeah, I can relax
Not
a little bit because it's a
anymore.
mental thing. A lot of it too. You just clench and
It's
then
like the
it
same-
hurts
You
more.
must, it's a
yeah.
muscle, yeah.
It's the same reason why people who are drunk when they get into car accidents, they get hurt less because they're loose.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
they just kind
yeah.
of fall with it, you
Fuck, I
know,
never
whereas
thought of that,
if you're
yeah.
tense, then it's like definitely when I think about like all the times when I was younger where I kind of tried to like put my finger or in a girl's and it didn't work, it's like it definitely was because I wasn't lubing it enough, wasn't taking my time getting it ready, etc. You know?
And she was
Moment.
probably pressing
Yeah,
it
yeah.
close.
If they're like that,
I literally
is
talked to
not
myself before, like, open up,
Yeah.
open up, like I'm doing yoga and shit,
Yeah.
and it doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah. What helped you become an queen?
The 1 year of practice she did, the boot camp she went to,
And
Yeah,
after,
we can.
boot camp.
Yeah, I know it actually just started to feel really good and like I had like from it and then it was like a mental switch. So when I when I did my first I was like, wow, that was so easy. So now it's almost like I've told myself like you love it, it feels good. So it just works.
Yeah.
Some people genuinely really like it, I think, and then some they'll just never.
yeah, it's not for everybody.
It's not.
I feel like some people just have like a really bad first experience with probably someone who's not experienced, and then they never want to try it again.
Yeah, it can
So-
hurt.
We had a girl on the No German Patreon the other day who said that she couldn't get even a finger on her ass. She said, I have a braided ass. I go, what the is that? She bends over, shows me her ass. It looked like it had like her area was sort of like twisted up and stuff. And it really looked like a would never go in that. And I was like, okay.
Do I have to Google what a braid looks like?
That's
because
funny.
what
That's your word for it, right?
Braided, right? I've never even thought about that word being an appropriate word to use for a but when I looked at her, I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds like it kind of describes
Wow.
it. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What about stuff? Was that a real challenge for you the first time you did that?
My first one wasn't too bad. It was with Jules and Marcus Dupre. So I really liked working with Marcus. I he could have done anything and I would have been like, it's fine. I was scared and then it was easy. It's almost easier than just doing sometimes because it feels good. Like you have like your being so your opens up type of thing.
So
You're like already so from it.
it
but-
wasn't as
yeah.
challenging as people think it is because people think it's the craziest thing in the world.
If it's like I've had like two guys like really big black, I'm like, whoa. I don't want. I feel like it's like something's gonna split. But
I know your
it's
anatomy.
a bit
You
of
have to
movie
be worried
magic.
about
You
it.
don't always see like the whole thing. It's not like you're getting both of them are going
Mm.
fully deep. Not true on the fantasy, but
yeah, I mean, if you have a 12-inch and you're doing, you might only get 6 of it in there at any given time. I'm feeling
three
like
or something.
3. Oh wow, that's like
Wait,
If you
what?
see it, you see
That's
like the doesn't always go all the way.
That's true. It's it's just supposed to be like visually appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's tight. Okay, so are you planning on leaving America? Or are you trying to stick it out?
No, I have a visa for 3 years, and then I'll probably renew it, and then you can go for like your green card, like Angela. She did the same thing.
Right. Are you
Same.
friends with her? Angela what?
Yeah, we're friends. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, because I
Love her.
mean, are there like a ton of like really popular Australian stars, or is it still relatively?
I can't think of anyone else. There's like Aubrey Black, Isabel Delta. They're a little older.
Okay.
They've been around for a while, and I think they kind of like come and go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you have anything that you want to do in the industry before you leave, or what are your goals in this shit?
Well, I feel like it's still new.
Yeah.
It's only been 7 months, so just keep doing what I'm doing and just roll with it. Like I don't really stress out about the future, but just save my money, like buy houses and be responsible.
Yeah, you've done a lot in 7 months. You were like, I already had booked you for this because I wanted to work with you, but you were also like highly requested on our page.
Oh,
so
that's
you have a
cool.
lot of people who are very excited about you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my bright idea
Yeah.
is that we show Lena the Plug a good time and we let her finally get what she's so craving.
They're just like beautiful pillows.
All these gloves. I'm into girls, so that definitely
She's my
helps.
girlfriend now.
You know, we're dating. Sorry,
Mhm.
Adam.
Bye.
We're taking the baby as well.
Okay, I think I'm going to take my mic off. I would advise that maybe you guys do the same,
Okay.
and let's see what happens.
Okay.